we spoke about sixth sense, the inner sense. Now when we speak of inner sense, there are many different perceptions that we receive, like clairvoyance. I spoke about clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is the ability to see visions. Yeah. Clairsentience. Clairsentience is the ability to feel something, like someone's right here next to you, feeling that the presence of a person, or just feeling like you are going down a rainbow. Feeling of, these are not related much to vision, but a deeper feeling that you're merging in with the clouds, something like that, some sensation, clairsentience. Then there is clairaudience, where you feel like someone's called out your name all of a sudden, and then, something like that. So there are many different kinds of perceptions that we have. When we open our sixth sense, our inner sense, we don't, like our five senses, that's also a bouquet of senses. It is not just related to one aspect of just seeing visuals. It's also related to hearing, it's also related to feeling, sensing, like many other things, right? So the sixth sense is a sense, doorway in itself, which leads to many multiple senses within that. So all our other senses are more or less sitting in that space. Our intuition can come from any space, can come in as a voice, kind of a feeling of a voice, maybe not a literal voice, but something like we hear some words spoken. It can come in as some vision that we see, it can come in as some feeling, sensation. It is a whole bouquet of things as a sense. Now, one of the important things in this space is the inherent ability of the human being to communicate telepathically. Yeah, I'm sure it is, I don't know how many would agree with me that telepathy is very real.
Maybe
90, 80%? Okay, cool. Nice, it's a majority, thank God.
We experience it,
See,
in
there you
daily
go.
life.
And they also do say women have a better intuitive capability, developed, far more advanced and developed than a male. Because a male is very used to the outside world, dealing with the outside world, and using his strength, using his intellect, more in the logic, more outward, trying to do things. Where the female deals with the needs of a baby, the needs of the family, is more open to sensing, feeling something inward as an intuitive capability. Well, this has been the traditional description, but hey, everybody has everything open today in terms of a female can develop the capabilities of a male. So it's merging, but it is said like that. But yeah, being a female, I think as a mother, you have a better sense of the telepathic connection. Well, one of the key examples we can take when we think of telepathy as an idea is our connection to our mothers. When we are in deep trouble, somehow our mother seems to have a sense about it. Says something's wrong with my child, and something, he's not speaking about it, he's not calling my name, he's not calling me on the phone, but I have a feeling. Yeah, there is a deep feeling that something is happy, that he's happy, he's sad. You just get that. He did not come in front of you, but you get that, right? Also, when we think of telepathy, it could be a friend you're deeply connected with, somebody you're really emotionally connected with, and then you're very close to, and then you're thinking about the person, and then you get a call from the person, like, you're calling out to him and he's reached out to you. So there are many more examples, and I'm sure each one of you must have felt smattering of it here and there, a little bit of this thing in your lives. So when you think about telepathy, we will right now try and do a little exercise to see how developed that capability is within us, right? So we will see what the outcome is. This is one of my more exciting experiments. I've done it in this very space a couple of times. And well, frankly speaking, the results have not been very conclusive. They've not been like black and white like that, saying, hey, there you see. Because the number of sample size has been smaller, like 15, 12. It's not been in multiple. I need, I think, more time in bigger groups and a little more time to only focus on developing this aspect. But anyway, now that we are talking of telepathy, there are a couple of guidelines that I'm going to give you and some observations, so we know when we do this exercise that we have them in our mind and we understand and we try and prepare ourselves for receiving information and transmitting information. It's communication, it's two-way. It's two-way. So there is like an SMS message that you get, you receive the message and you also transmit a message, or there is a receiver and a transmitter, right? So I have always wondered and observed, how does this work? How does this telepathy works, but how does it work? Can we implement it in our lives coherently, cohesively, and use it as a part of our thing? Now I've done these little experiments, like sitting in a room full of people like this, and I want to, let's say, do some random thing from a random person. For example, I want you to pick that pen up and give it to me, for example. Yeah. So I would never tell you that. I would not look at you and try and make a gesture. Instead, I will just have this sensation within me that I want to tell you that, and I'm not looking at you, but I will just try and transmit it to you. I've tried this many, many times. Well, not 100%, but it has worked almost 80% of the times. Right? So we will try and experiment with it now. The second thing I've found is it only works with people who are deeply connected not from the mind and not from any other place, but from the heart. Yeah, it feels to me more like a signal you transmit from here and received from here. Unless there is an emotional connect, a deep emotional connection, I think the transmitted information really just, disappears into space, and it's not received anywhere as a message. And we are unable to receive it from somebody else if our heart is not open to it. Right? Our hearts are not open to a person. If you're not connected from the heart, then there is no connection. That is the connecting cord or the cable that enables this transmission of message between two beings. I feel like that. I'm yet to discover other methods and other things. But I have just found this, that unless we are deeply connected from the heart, if we are a disconnection, I really don't empathize with you, I don't care about you, you don't exist in my, there is no love transmission happening, a love bubble or a love surge of current happening from here. I don't see, love is not need to take something from you or grab something. It's more a feeling of that unconditional thing of, unless that exists, I have not seen this really work in my experiments.